Welcome everyone to the Graduation Begins Here, setting up your Graduation Hub webinar. My name is Kim. I'm a customer success manager here at Tassel. If you learn better by doing, feel free to follow along on your own site. If you prefer to just watch, that's fine too. We're going to review the steps you need to take to get your Graduation Hub ready for graduates to start registering. But before we dive into the editing on the back end of your hub, we're going to take a look at what the registration process will look like from the graduate's perspective.
Welcome to the new graduate website. You'll notice better performance, a smoother user experience, mobile-friendly design, and better accessibility with clear navigation, improved readability, and a more inclusive experience for all users. No more overwhelming forms. Everything is in its own section, making it easier for graduates to complete. When they log in, they'll be greeted with their own graduate homepage, and each ceremony they're eligible for will be visible here on a separate card for them to click into. To register, they will click the Register button. All of the questions that you have set up as an administrator will present to your graduates in that order. The graduate's name announcement will also be created and will be based off of the phonetics the graduate has provided in the previous section of the form. The graduate will need to review their name announcement before they can move on. They'll click the play button, and if they can't hear it, they'll select Can't Hear. If they don't like the option that they've heard, they'll select Try Again, and a graduate can let the site generate their name up to 3 times. If a graduate doesn't like any 3 options they are given, they'll be presented with a reject button, and they can record themselves saying their name, and with those phonetics and that recording, it will be given to the voice artist to record. If they do approve of one of the 3 options, they'll simply click Confirm. If you have a photo and message section, you'll be able to allow your graduates to input those into the site as well. And if you're doing ticketing, you'll be able to allow your graduates to claim their tickets, and the maximum amount of tickets claimed will show on the screen. If you've built in a special accommodation section, you'll be able to ask those questions here. And if your dependencies are set up to show if they say yes or no, they'll be presented with the accessibility options you've provided for them. The Friends and Family section will still allow graduates to input their friends and family's email addresses so that they can be informed of their upcoming ceremony and help celebrate their graduate's big day. Before they click Submit, they'll be able to review all of the information that they have submitted, and if they want to make any changes, they can just click the back button. Once they're done, they can click Confirm, and the survey is submitted, showing that it's completed, and all of their information can be reviewed or updated. If you're using guest ticketing or stage passes, you'll be able to see those once the graduate has submitted their form. They can input the email address of where they'd like the ticket to go to, or they can select multiple tickets and send all to one particular address. With their stage pass, they can select Add to Wallet, and if they're logged into Google, that'll automatically let them access their stage pass through their Google Wallet. And if they're on their mobile device, on an Apple device, they can do so via their phone. They can also click View Pass to see all the pass details that you have set up. To go back to their home screen, they can click Home, or they can click the back button. And if they need additional support with any technical issues, they can click support and we'll be there to assist them.
Now that we have seen what the graduate will experience, let's dive into setting up your graduation hub. The hub is a handy and organized workspace where you'll find all the tools you need to coordinate your ceremony with ease, featuring progress trackers, training materials, and checklists of upcoming tasks and deadlines. The hub automatically refreshes with important information and helps you keep your ceremony plan on track by providing convenient summary of your planning progress, allowing you to always have access to your timeline. These dates are very important to know, especially your data deadline date. Tassel requires that all products and services are finalized by this date because this is the date that we will begin processing your graduate data to create your printed materials, name announcements, and ceremony details. Receive notifications of upcoming deadlines and tasks, along with training materials to assist you at each step, like viewing and confirming your display, recording, and card label details, viewing and approving your card proofs for print, and accessing and downloading your final ceremony files. Using the My Task and Priority Notifications sections reduces the number of project status emails we need to send you, giving you more time to focus on providing your graduates with the moment that they deserve. The left side toolbar allows you to navigate to different modules within the site. Home will return you to this homepage from anywhere on the site. Ceremonies, this is where all of your ceremony registration pages, ticketing details, and stage pass details can be edited. Scan tickets. If you're using guest ticketing or stage pass for graduate check-in, you can use this section to monitor scan tickets and stage passes live as your guests are entering the building. Graduates. All graduate data can be viewed and managed within this module. Data fields allow you to view and manage the graduate data fields tied to your ceremony. Data fields are used by Tassel to create your director software and by your commencement team to communicate with graduates. The communications module houses all email templates and is where you can mass email and text grads. In the reports module, you can view data regarding your ceremony, graduates, and more. You also have the ability to create custom reports and bring in any viable information from graduates' data or survey responses. The user admin module is where you can manage admin access by adding, deleting, or editing users. The settings section applies universally to all ceremonies within a college or university. Therefore, this section is only accessible by school-wide administrators. And lastly, the pronunciation manager. This module is restricted to Tassel professional name readers. Our webinar today will focus on these two very important tasks that all of you will have on your hub: the complete website setup and review stage pass task. These two tasks include steps to guide you through setting up your graduation hub and get ready to upload graduates. First, I want to call your attention to the instructions button in the corner of each task. This will link you to our online database of training materials. We offer hundreds of self-serve training documents that your team can utilize throughout your entire ceremony period. Now, we're going to focus on all of the items that can be completed within the ceremonies module of the hubs. So we will review ceremony settings, review your registration form, review the registration complete page, and we will review our stage pass details and design. After selecting the ceremonies module from any page on the hub, you will find the ceremony you wish to edit. Click the edit icon to the left of the ceremony name. The first page you will see is your ceremony settings page. This is a key source of information for the hub, as these sections can be pulled in as placeholders on other parts of the hub like email templates, stage passes, and guest ticketing. It is important that you review this information closely and don't forget to click Save at the bottom if you make any changes. You will also notice at the top 3 tabs to navigate through the ceremony: ceremony settings, Features, where you can access your ticketing and stage pass information, and the website. The website section is the back end to the graduate's registration page, where you can customize and create questions for your graduates. We're going to click into the Features tab now and review our stage pass details. Features tabs allows you to edit guest ticketing and stage pass details. Right now, we're going to click the View Stage Pass Details. If you have any questions about the features that may or may not be listed on this page, you can contact your CSM to discuss them. On the Stage Pass Properties page, you'll find your event code. This should be used the day of your event if you are using your Stage Pass as a grad ticket to enter the venue. You will enter this code into the ticketing app, and it will connect to your specific ceremony to allow the correct graduates into your ceremony. The cutoff date is the last date that your stage pass can be assigned, and this is typically the same as your data deadline date. It is important that all stage passes are assigned prior to this date to ensure that graduates have the correct barcode assigned and are displayed and announced correctly. Assigning your stage pass. You will want this set to automatic if you want every graduate to be automatically given a stage pass when uploaded to the site. You would utilize the manual assignment if you are only assigning stage passes to a specific population of grads, like only those that RSVP yes to the ceremony. Accessing stage pass section. Turning access to on will allow graduates to download, print, or save their pass to their wallet as soon as they complete the registration page. Switching access to off will not allow graduates to access their stage pass until you change this to yes. This can be used if you're putting lineup information on the stage pass, and you won't have that information until you get a little closer to the ceremony. The green button at the bottom will assign a stage pass to any graduates that may not have one. This should only be used if graduates were added before your stage pass was activated and you are assigning stage pass to all graduates. As always, be sure to click Save if any changes were made. For the top of the page, you will see the Stage Pass Layout tab. This tab is where you can customize your Stage Pass layout. This is the back end of the Stage Pass. The areas that are highlighted represents placeholders. These placeholders can be pulled in from data from the ceremony details page like date and time, or from the graduate data fields like seat number or degree, and even graduate responses on the registration form. This toolbar allows you to customize the stage pass to your liking. You could also access the Insert Placeholder dropdown to select placeholders. If you make any changes, be sure to click Save at the bottom. You can also preview the stage pass by clicking the Preview button. We have completed our review of the stage pass details and reviewing our ceremony settings. Now we need to take a look at the registration page. You can access the registration page by clicking the ceremonies module on the left, or from this page by clicking the ceremony you are working in at the top, which will take us back to the ceremony settings page. Once you've gotten back to the ceremony setting page, you'll want to click the website tab at the top. The first tab you are taken to is the graduate homepage. The ceremony date and time and location are pulled from that ceremony details page that we just completed. You can also edit your ceremony logo. Now let's go to the registration form tab to see our actual form. Now we are able to see the content on our registration page. Each of these sections represent a page that the graduates will see during their registration period. You will see we have some basic questions based on the services and information you provided us while onboarding. If you're a returning customer, you will see the registration form that you used during last season with Tassel. If you would like information or suggestions on what to include on your registration form, you can always reach out to your CSM or attend our Tassel Talk webinar. That webinar is set up so that you can discuss Tassel or non Tassel related topics with other coordinators and customer success managers. The section at the top is information that is pulled from the ceremony details page that we had previously edited. You can also see that we have several sections for graduates to complete below. To expand any of the sections and see the questions, click the drop-down arrow next to the section title. To edit the sections, click on the pencil to the right. And to add a new section, click the Add Section button at the bottom. In the section editor pop-up, you can enter the title of your section, provide a description or additional details. Black button on the center of the page is showing you what is currently happening with this section. Currently, this section is visible on the form. If I had a question that I asked last season, maybe doesn't apply to this season, but I don't want to get rid of it completely because I might need it in the future, I could click on this button to make it hidden on the form. You can also set an expiration date. This is useful for information or questions that require a response prior to the close of the registration form, like RSVPing to the class toast. The last section that you see is the dependent answers. This allows you to set dependencies on a previously answered question. For example, maybe we only want graduates to see this section if they have RSVP'd to the graduation ceremony. In that case, I would click on the Yes, do you plan to participate in the graduation ceremony? Once you save and close, your new section will appear on the registration page. Each section contains important questions for graduates and can be completely customized by you and your team to collect the appropriate data that is needed. In this example, we are asking for the graduation ceremony RSVP and also asking graduates to RSVP to the graduation party and confirm their cap and gown pickup time. Work with your team to identify what information you need to be collecting from the graduates. To edit an existing question, you will click on the pencil icon on the right. And to add a new question, click on the Add Question at the bottom. In the question editor pop-up, you have some of the same options as you did in the section editor, like question title, description, details, expiration date, and dependent answers. The same functionality for these apply here. They are just specific to this question only. The first step to creating a question is selecting the type of question from the drop-down menu. We have a variety of options for you to choose from. Checkbox allows graduates to see all of their options and select multiple responses. Radio also allows graduates to see all of their options, but only select one response. Dropdown will open a drop-down menu for graduates to choose one response. Single line and multi-line text allow graduates to free type a response into the question. We have also included standard pre-written questions to collect specific information from graduates, like photo, pronunciation, mobile phone number, personal message, email, and preferred full name. The last question type is the friends and family email. This prompts graduates to provide an email address for anyone that they would like to share their graduation details with. This question type is assigned to an email template, completely editable by you, that will be sent when a graduate submits the form. If you select a multiple choice question type, you will need to provide the answer options by using the answer options tab at the top of the page. In this tab, you will enter the answer options that should be available to the graduates. You can do that one at a time by clicking the green Add Answer button and type one answer at a time, or open a text box To type or paste responses by clicking the blue Add Multiple Answers button. You do have the ability to set a maximum number of selections per answer, like if you were having graduates select a time to pick up their regalia, and you wanted to limit each selection to 10 graduates, you would enter that number in the max selections box. The area at the bottom of the tab allows you to select one of your answers as the default response. You can assign an email to send or automatically assign a stage pass based on a specific response. Assigning an email or stage pass assignment should only be used for an RSVP to ceremony question. Back on the question editor, you'll notice some other features that we haven't covered yet. The three buttons in the middle shows you what is currently happening with the question. So currently, this question is optional, visible on the form, and a graduate can edit the response. If we were to click on each of those buttons, it would change it to answer required, hidden on form, and graduate cannot edit. The graduate cannot edit is used to show graduates that has been uploaded for them to review, like degree. The graduate can see the information, but they can't make any changes to it. The last section at the bottom allows you to make this question dependent on a graduate data field. So if you only wanted to show this question to doctoral graduates, you would click on the Add Dependent field and select degree that contains doctoral. You have the ability to set up your registration form to be exactly what you want it to be. Your CSM will be able to provide you with ideas for what will work with your ceremony, but one suggestion is creating an ADA section so grads can provide accessibility requests for themselves or for their guests, like the example that is shown here. Once a graduate submits their form, they will see this registration complete section. This is the third tab at the top of the page. You can put as much or as little information on this page as you prefer. You can edit this section by using the pencil icon to the right. Great work. We have completed the review stage pass task, and we are halfway through the complete your website setup task. Next, we're going to review email templates. This task will be completed in the communications module. After selecting the communications module on the left, select the Manage Templates tab. If you are in your first season with Tassel, we will provide you with very basic but absolutely usable email templates. If you are a returning customer, all of your email templates from last season will be copied forward. It is crucial to review these emails prior to uploading your graduates to the site. You will notice there are three sections of email templates. First is the automated school-wide templates. These are primarily used for graduates that have forgotten their password or for new administrators being added to the site. And they do not need to be edited by your team. Next is the automated ceremony templates. All of these email templates are attached to a trigger, meaning a specific action by a grad or an administrator will automatically send out emails specific to the action. You can see the triggers here. A grad being added to a ceremony will trigger the first email that is named Add Graduate to Ceremony. We can also see the friends and family email that we discussed during the registration form review. At the bare minimum, you must review all of your automated ceremony email templates prior to uploading your graduates. Last section is non-automated emails, meaning these emails are not attached to a trigger and will be sent out by your team manually. Non-automated emails can include registration reminders or know before you go emails. To review and edit any of these email templates, click the pencil icon to the left of the email. When creating or editing an email template, there are required fields marked by an asterisk. The template name is only visible to admins and will help you identify what the template is for. Be specific when giving templates names. It will make it easier to identify at a quick glance for future use. You will also need to assign each template to a specific ceremony. If you have multiple registration forms, then you will have multiple options in this field. The green check mark indicates which ceremony this template is attached to. The sender email. This email address is what graduates will see in the sender field and is typically your commencement email address. The subject. I encourage coordinators to be unique and catchy to be sure the email doesn't get lost in graduates' inbox. And then, of course, the body of the email. You can use the toolbar to edit the font and bullets or update alignment. In this email template, you will see that there are highlighted fields within the body. That signifies the use of a placeholder. In the placeholder dropdown, you can view all available placeholders. Included are ceremony-specific placeholders like date, time, or graduate data fields. The only area that isn't required is the trigger dropdown selection. We have several trigger options available. If you have questions on setting up an automated email template, please contact your CSM. At the bottom of the editor, you will of course see the Save button, but you will also see the Preview Template button. Clicking this, you can view the email as it will appear to your graduates. This is a great way to test out the placeholders. Be sure to review all of the automated ceremony templates before uploading your graduates. All right, another step complete. Now let's shift our focus to graduate data fields. We will start by navigating to the data field module on the left. Graduate data fields are used by Tassel to create your printed materials, graduate displays, and name announcements. Data fields can also be used by admins to organize and filter your graduates for strategic communication and to personalize their graduation experience by inserting placeholders like name or major into their registration form, on guest tickets, and in emails. We require certain standard GDFs for all ceremonies, but do allow for ceremony-specific fields. Each GDF corresponds to a column header on your graduate import template, which you will use to import your list of graduates. If you want to edit your data fields, be sure to discuss that with your CSM, as these are tied to very important items for us to be able to create your final software. We've made it to the last step. Review admins is done in the admin module. At the start of a new season, it is good to review who has administrator access to your hub. To review it, admins, click on the pencil icon to the left of their name. If you need to remove an admin completely, then you can click the red X to the right of their name. If this is your first season with Tassel, then you may need to add new admins. You can do that by selecting the Add Administrator button. To add an admin to your site, you first need to select the type of admin you are adding. School Administrator provides full access to all features, including the ability to add other administrators with the same level of access. Ceremony Administrator grants access to specific ceremonies and areas that you define. Dashboard Only Administrator permits viewing of the hub homepage only. Read-only access enables viewing of all features without the ability to make any changes. This is a great feature if you're using live name readers for them to access and review the graduate data. You will then enter the first and last name of your administrator and their email address. Admins will be sent an email to set their own password when you click Save at the bottom. This next section allows you to limit editing options for each admin. This allows you to customize access for each of your staff members. In the bottom section, you will assign specific ceremonies to admins by clicking and highlighting the ceremony. Once you click Save at the bottom, admins will be sent an email inviting them to create their password and log in. Okay, the next step before uploading graduates is to thoroughly test and review your registration page from the graduate's perspective. I always suggest doing this by going through the entire process of downloading your data template and adding data for test graduates. You can use student workers or colleagues or even yourself. You just can't use an email address that is tied to an admin account. So we will then upload your test graduates. They will automatically be sent the Add Graduate to Ceremony email we reviewed earlier. They can go through the entire process and check for any errors or issues prior to opening to your graduates. Okay, so to download your data template, first from the homepage, we're going to select the graduates module. And then we're going to select Add at the top. And then finally, we're going to click on the download template. It's going to open up a page that will ask you to select your ceremony. You'll click OK, and then it's automatically going to download your data template to your computer. It will look something like this. So once you have your template open, add in your test grad data, just as you would with your actual graduates. So making sure that the data is show ready. The full name field should be first, middle, last with no commas. Review for proper capitalization and spelling. If your degree or major information is being displayed, double check that it appears exactly how you want it to appear at the ceremony. For example, if you want degree and major spelled out and not abbreviated, make sure that it is spelled out in your data template. It is also important to keep the headers in the same order and spelled exactly the same. Any changes to the headers could prevent the site from uploading the data for your graduates. If you don't have information for one of the data fields for your grads, like phone number, that's totally fine. Just keep the header where it is, but leave that column blank for your graduates. To upload your test grad, you're going to save that data template that we just looked over, and then you're going to go to the graduates module, click the Add tab again, and we're going to click on the Upload Template button in the center column under Import Graduates. We're going to select the template that data upload. Before your test grads are loaded to the site, you will have the opportunity to review the data. Checking that the data is accurate for the first grad, one in the middle, and then one at the end of the list is always something I suggest doing. If something seems off or things don't line up, you can just select the Return to Graduates, and that will abandon the upload to edit the information on the Excel sheet, and then you can try it again. But if everything looks good and you want to proceed with the upload, you will select your ceremony that you wish to load your graduates into, and then you're going to click the Import Graduates button. You also see on that button that it's showing me the total number of graduates. It's a good idea to double check that that matches the number of graduates that you're loading into the site. You will then see the status of the upload on this page. The site will review the data and immediately begin sending the introduction emails to your test graduates. So what you want to do is check in with your test graduates for their feedback, make any necessary updates to that email template or registration form based on that feedback that you're getting. You can always test again if you need to make additional changes, but if everything comes back good from your test graduates, then congratulations, you are ready to open your registration by uploading your graduate data.